That's right, I'm back here. I'm back in the Schmodown Arena, and this time I'm not coming for any belts. I'm keeping this belt. This belt is mine. Classy Clark Wolf wants this belt. She can't have it. She's got to take it. She's got to take it from my cold, dead hands.
You know, when I started in this league, I really just wanted to do it because I was a fan and I wanted to be taken seriously in the Schmodown, and I never in a million years thought that I would be fighting Dan Murrell to take the belt and bring it back home to Collider. Beetlejuice.
Correct.
Her voice.
That is correct.
Ted Danson. Ian McShane. Trolls. Judd Hirsch. Practical Magic. Peer Pressure. Independence Day.
And the winner!
Of course, Classy Clark Wolf deserves a shot at this title. We got the same record. The only problem is that I got this and she doesn't. And if she wants to work with Riley, she wants to be Riley's teammate, that's fine. She should have teamed up with me, because guess what? I went through Riley. I've got the belt. She wants to work with a winner. She can work with me.
I love Dan. He's so nice, and he's always been very, very nice to me, and he knows his stuff. I watched all his matches. He's incredible on the buzzer, buzzing in with his name. He's really fast. He's got a wide wealth of knowledge.
A geek.
He got it right.
True Grit.
Correct.
Olympia Dukakis.
Correct.
Oh, Anthony Edwards. The Galaxy. Jesse Ventura. Marion Ravenwood.
And your winner!
My first order of business is to defend this belt, to keep this belt on my shoulder. After that, we got to decide what we're going to do with the Schmodown. Maybe I want to fight everybody. Maybe I want to sit back and wait and see who wins the tournament. But right now, I got to get Classy Clark Wolf out of here, and I got to keep this belt right here.
He took the belt from my Wolves of Steel partner, Mark Riley. So I feel like not only do I need to bring the belt home for Collider, I need to bring it back for Wolves of Steel. Tucker and Dale vs. Evil. His sister.
Jason Bateman. Inception.
Caw the Snake. Freaky Friday.
Superman the movie. John McTiernan.
Ransom.
Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Edward Scissorhand.
Plane Explosion.
Colin Quinn.
Miles Davis.
Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Gold Bricks.
Armageddon.
Dustin Hawk.
House Guest.
Shrek.
The Fly.
As time goes by.
That's correct.
Dan Murrell, you're a tough competitor. I respect the hell out of you. But damn it, I want that belt. So I'm coming for it.
Every person I've faced in the Schmodown so far has had a 0 at the end of their record. Well, Classy Clark Wolf, wave bye-bye to that 0, because there's a 1 coming down the road.
Welcome back to the Movie Trivia Schmodown. I'm Christian Harloff.
Hey, I'm Mark Ellis, and Christian, if there's a suit missing from my brother's closet, he's not going to notice. It is championship hour, and God, I look good.
You do look really good, but I don't care how you look because it is championship time, and we have the two best going at it today. The champion, Dan Murrell, the reigning Movie Trivia Schmodown champion, the reigning Screen Junkies Movie Fights champion, defending his title against the brand new superstar of this league, Classy Clark Wolf.
Yeah, you know, Christian, Dan comes walking in here. He's got 2 belts to his name right now, and if we know anything about classy women, they love belts. So Clark really has her eyes on one of those here today.
You know, again, she is hungry for the title. She wants to bring it back, but she has to go through a mountain, and its name is Dan Murrell. Dan does not want to let that championship go. The man loves championships. If he could collect every championship from everyone in the world, he would do it.
It is a fun word to say, man, I'll give you that. But Christian, this isn't just about today's championship.
Nope.
This has a lot of implications in the ultimate Schmodown tournament.
It sure does. So here's how it works. The Schmodown tournament is right around the corner. It begins next week.
Look at that graphic. It's beautiful.
So a lot of things can happen here. If whoever loses is going to be in the tournament, they will be the number 2 spot. Now, if the champion decides that they want to be in the tournament, they can defend the title every round to see how dominant of a champion they can be.
That
is up
sounds
to
pretty
them.
hard.
It's up to them. They can decide that, and whoever wins today will decide that right afterwards. And whoever loses this match will be playing Josh McCouga.
Well, Christian, you did a great job of setting the table. Let's put a gravy boat on there and look at some memes from social media.
All right, you see those memes and you saw the polls. I'm surprised. This is like split. And I think it's a lot to do with the rising popularity of Clark Wolf. Clearly, people understand how good Dan Murrell is. This is going to be something to watch. It's going to be a spectacle.
This might be an all-time classic that everybody out there is about to watch. Clark Wolf has brilliant red hair. Dan Murrell might have a great head of red hair. We don't know what's under that hat.
And now it's time to go to tail of the tape. There you go. You see the challenger, Clark Wolf. Her strengths are horror, animated films, and being classy. And then you look at the champion, Dan Murrell. Dan has the strengths of Spielberg movies, Oscar movies, and tolerating Andy's yell. So with that happening, we are ready to go.
It's one of the few times when even our great graphics department cannot possibly list all of the strengths that these competitors have. Christian, how's that golden throat feeling, buddy?
I'm ready.
Let's do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Movie Trivia Schmodown Championship. Introducing first, the challenger. Representing Collider, Nightmares, and the Wolves of Steel. Ladies and gentlemen, she is the #1 contender, Classy.
Screen of yours, she comes out like a heifer, and she comes out in a classic style. She's dancing, she's grooving, and the crowd seems to be on her side.
So far, but we are ready now for her opponent, representing Screen Junkies.
Oh, what's that?
He has a record of 3 wins, no defeats. He is the reigning Screen Junkies Movie Fights champion and the reigning, defending Movie Trivia Schmodown champion of the world, Dangerous Dan Murrell!
Get out of the water, kids!
Where is he?
Get out of the water!
There he is!
It's
Look
a shark!
Dangerous.
It's a shark!
Look at him. Look, I love that look.
He's got a face like Bruce the Shark in the original Jaws, and he's got the theme music to boot. Christian, he is ready for battle.
I wouldn't want to face Dan with that look on his face, but he's going up against the classy one. Unbelievable stuff.
You know, sharks smell blood and they get hungry. Maybe Dan Murrell looks at red hair and gets a little famished himself.
We are going to find out. There's the title, the Schmodown title, the Movie Fights title. He is a great champion, and we're ready to do it. The competitors have actually asked. We were supposed to have a really large crowd today, but the competitors said they wanted to have that kind of warehouse feel today. So
like when they film the moon landing. It's more of a closed kind of thing.
That's right. All right, Mark, round 1. Let's let them know exactly what's happening.
All right, well, competitors, Dan, if you're done setting up your belts, we can get to the rules. This is, in round 1, you guys will each get a series of 6 questions from 6 different movie categories. Each question is worth 1 point. There is no penalty for missing a question. You cannot steal in this round.
All right, Dan, you are the champion. Would you like to go first or second?
I'll go first.
You go first. Clark, category 1 or category 2?
Category 2.
Okay. Dangerous Dan Murrell, in the category of animated. Which animated movie stars Burt Reynolds as the voice of a casino-owning canine named Charlie? Five.
All Dogs Go to Heaven.
Correct.
Great poker
Good
face. That's a great
start.
sentiment to
That
kick
was
the
good.
match off
It
with.
was good. All right. In the category of sci-fi fantasy, in what film will you find Vince Vaughn as FBI agent Peter Novak?
Sci-fi fantasy, Peter Novak. Oh my God, I know this. Vince Vaughn. How many Vince Vaughn sci-fi movies can there possibly be?
4, 3, 2, 1.
Blank.
We're looking for The Cell.
The Cell.
The Cell. The Cell.
So J-Lo's in that too, Christian.
She is indeed. In the category of drama, name 2 of the stars of the Oscar-nominated drama Dangerous Liaisons.
Dangerous Liaisons. John Malkovich and Glenn Close.
Correct.
Oh, boy.
Dangerous, Dan.
These are championship level
Yep.
questions,
Yep.
Christian.
And-
This is going to get hot here in a minute. Clark Wolf, you are up, and we're going to go back to the animated category. Bill Nye voices Jake in the film Rango. What type of animal is Jake?
A lizard.
We were looking for rattlesnake. Jake is a rattlesnake. Very scary rattlesnake. Now we go to sci-fi fantasy. Which 90s fantasy starred Macaulay Culkin and Christopher Lloyd as a librarian named Mr. Dewey?
Dan can't believe that question.
Little Nemo.
Looking for the Page Master.
Yeah, yes.
The
Wow.
Page Master.
Yes, yes.
Macaulay Culkin, superstar of the 90s. Now we go to drama. Who directed Clint Eastwood and Meryl Streep in The Bridges of Madison County?
Clint Eastwood.
That is correct.
There you
and
go.
Clark
Clark's
Wolf
on the board.
is on the board. And Christian, boy, you can cut the tension here with
Yep,
a knife or
yep.
spoon if you have that kind of heart.
All right, here we go in the category, Dan, of Oscar movies. Who won a Best Supporting Actress Oscar for her turn as Linda Ash in Mighty Aphrodite?
Mira Sorvino.
Correct.
Dan gets another point. He's feeling good.
In the category of comedy, what concert do Wayne and Garth attend in the first Wayne's World?
That was an Alice Cooper concert.
Correct.
They were not worthy.
All right. In the category of movie quotes, which actor had the famous line from In the Heat of the Night, "They call me Mr. Tibbs"?
Sidney Poitier.
That is correct. Dan
Also-
Earl,
Boy.
5-1 at the moment.
That shark is swimming fast. Now, Clark, we go back to you, and we kick off with Oscar movies. Renee Zellweger won her only Academy Award for her performance in which film?
Cold Mountain.
Clark
Correct.
Wolf is right back. She's not giving this up so easy. Now we move on to comedy. Greg Matala directed which film written by Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg?
Super bad.
Wow. Big answer there. Correct.
And now for another desperately needed point, we go to movie quotes, Clark. Name the film featuring the quote, "Gentlemen, you can't fight in here. This is the war room."
Dr. Strangelove.
Oh, Clark Wolf coming back 5-4 at the end of round one.
She is not worrying. She has learned how to love the bomb, Christian. We have a match on our hands.
All right. Well, now it's time for round two. Mark, why don't you explain the rules of round two?
In round two, we are going to have our own Wendy Lee is walking out the wheel as we speak. Now, you guys are each going to get a spin at the wheel. You'll see the category. If you don't like the category you got, you do have a mulligan. You can spin again, but whatever the wheel lands on, you must answer 4 questions from that category. Each question is worth 2 points. However, if you don't know the answer, you can ask for multiple choice, at which point the value of the question goes down to 1 point. Keep in mind, competitors, that there is stealing in this round. So if you miss the question, your opponent can get a shot.
The champion is in the lead, 5-4. Would you like to go first or would you like to defer?
I will let the challenger go first.
All right. Clark Wolf, you are up. Please spin that wheel that you love oh so much.
I noticed there's no horror on this wheel this time.
Oh.
There's the spin.
There's
the
no
s-
Van Damme either.
What do you got?
Okay, so I got romance.
Okay.
Ooh.
Does she stick with romance?
I'll stick with it.
Staying with romance. All right.
Going
All right. She's staying with it. All right.
With romance.
That's 5-4.
All right, here we go, Christian.
Yes.
All right. Clark, in Sideways, what do Paul Giamatti and Thomas Hayden Church plan to do on their trip before getting involved with Sandra Oh and Virginia Madsen?
Okay, let's go multiple choice.
Is it A, wine tastings,
Oh, well,
B, fishing,
I mean,
C, research for a manuscript, or D, a golf tournament?
yeah, wine tasting. I mean, that was a very, okay. What, no,
Is that
fine.
your final answer, Clark?
Yes. Yes, of course, that is my final answer.
Give her a point, Mr.
5-5.
Harlow.
All right.
All right, Clark. In the 1980 romantic fantasy Somewhere in Time, who co-starred alongside Christopher Reeve?
Jane Seymour.
Whoa!
There you go.
2 points right there. All right. Who plays Barbara Streisand's love interest in the 1996 film The Mirror Has Two Faces?
Ooh. I think I know, but let's go multiple choice.
Multiple choice it is. Is it A, Daniel Day-Lewis, B, Jeff Bridges, C, Nick Nolte, or D, Robert Duvall?
Nick Nolte. That's all.
That is incorrect. And now we go to Dan Murrell, who could steal.
Can I hear the options again, please?
You certainly may, Dan. Is it A, Daniel Day-Lewis, B, Jeff Bridges, C, Nick Nolte, or D, Robert Duvall?
For some reason, Jeff Bridges jumped out at me, so I'm going to say Jeff Bridges.
There's a reason it jumped
Yep.
out at you, and it's because it's the correct answer.
Wow, Dan Murrell getting a big steal there. 7-6.
Okay, Dan's in the lead.
No, Clark is in the lead.
Clark is in the lead, and Clark, you have a chance for 2 more big points right now. Who plays stubborn landlord Armande Viozin in the 2000 romance Chocolat?
Johnny Depp.
That is incorrect. Dan, you cannot go to multiple choice because Clark did not elect for that option. Do you know who played the stubborn landlord Armande Viozin in the 2000 romance Chocolat?
It's French. Sounds very French.
Frenchy.
The only French actor I can think of is Gerard Depardieu.
That's a great guess. It is incorrect, and they both guessed males when we were looking for the female named Dame Judi Dench.
Judi Dench.
Judi
All right.
Dench.
So at the end of Clark's round, we have 7-6 as Dan now will spin.
First of all, I love that there's a category on here called famous actors. That's the broadest possible category. Just anyone who's ever been in a movie.
You know you're going to hit it now.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, we could have just put actors on there.
Yeah. Please hit famous actors. What was that?
Movie release dates. Ooh.
Movie release
release
dates. Now, Christian, we've seen when this category gets selected, you can either take it and run, or it can really trip you up. Here we go for Dangerous Dan Murrell.
She didn't steal it.
I'm debating it. Movie release dates. I'm no Mance. I'm very hit or miss.
Oh, John Roca screams out, so is he.
Whoa, Roca, man, cannot let it go.
I know. I heard that Movie Mance got this, and that even he did not master this category, which intimidates me a little bit. So I'm gonna press my luck, and I'm gonna spin again.
Spinning
No
again.
whammy, no
All right,
whammy,
there you
stop.
go. Champion spins again. And we land on
Sports. Okay.
movies.
Sports
All right,
movies.
Should have stuck with the release.
All right.
dates.
Dan
All right.
wanted to stick with it. All right, Dan. What activity is the focus of the film Iron Monkey?
God, I made a huge mistake. Let's go to multiple choice.
Is it competitive cooking, marathon running, sculpting, or martial arts?
I'm gonna say martial arts.
Correct. 7-7. All right, Dan Murrell gets the point there. In Days of Thunder, what soda was Cole Trickle's car sponsored by in the final race at Daytona?
I think I know this. Mellow Yellow.
Correct.
He rubbed it, and rubbing is racing, Christian.
All right.
That's from the movie, guys.
Yeah. Who directed Friday Night Lights?
Peter Berg.
Correct.
Cool sip of water and gets the points to boot.
Yep. What do they call the road where the final rollerblade race takes place at the end of the film Airborne?
The one question Josh McCouga would
Which
get.
is it you got?
I definitely need multiple choice for this.
Is it the Devil's Reach, the Devil's Runway, the Devil's Highway, the Devil's Backbone?
Ooh, they all sound very intimidating.
I would not rollerblade down any of those.
No.
I'm gonna say the Devil's Backbone.
I don't know how he did it, but that's correct. 7-12. So the champion has a 5-point lead going into round 3.
Also known as the betting round. There's only one question in this round, and it will be determined by a category spun by Dan Murrell. Now, each competitor is going to see what the category is, and they can wager up to 3 of the points that they've already earned. Each of you guys can bet no more than 3, but no less than. You can bet less than 3 if you want. You make it exciting. So here we go.
Here we go. So guys, Dan, spin the wheel, and then bet your points.
All right, what's it going to come on? There's no mulligans here.
It lands
Judd
on
Apatow. Interesting.
Judd Apatow.
Judd Apatow.
movies.
How
Okay.
confident are they in Judd Apatow movies, Christian? You guys can each bet up to 3 points.
What are our scores?
You have 7. The champion has 12. So, Wendy, if you can grab their numbers from them, please put. I will take Dan's. All right. All right. This is Dan's. This is Clark.
You can probably tell by the handwriting who it is.
Right. Okay.
All right.
All right.
Okay, here's the question. In which Apatow movie will you find the main character named Ben Stone?
Ben Stone.
Which Apatow movie will you find the main character
Look at him going through their Rolodex.
named Ben
Through their
Stone?
heads, the memories. What is happening? I feel like it's like a Matrix.
Are you allowed to use memory in this competition, or is that cheating?
Well, if you watch your match with JTE, I think the answer is you didn't know that question. All right, here we go. All right, competitors. We are going to go to the challenger first. Clark, what did you answer? What did you answer?
This is 40.
Okay, Dan.
I said funny people.
The answer we were looking for was knocked up.
Oh, it said knocked up.
So Dan bet 2 points, so he is down to 10 points. Clark bet 2 points. She is down to 5. The answer, so the score going into round
wrote
4,
this for knocked
10,
up, and I changed
5.
Well, that betting round was a big dud, but here we go. On to round 4, and this is where things get electric because it is the speed round.
Okay, here are the rules for the speed round. 5 questions. The competitors will hit the buzzer. If they know it, they have 2 seconds to answer the question. If they get it right, it is worth 1 point. If they get it wrong, they lose a point. All right, here we go in the speed round. Have the buzzers ready. Wendy will let us know who buzzed in first. Name the movie featuring the quote, "I got nowhere else to go."
An officer and a gentleman.
Correct. Dan Murrell.
Also in Wayne's World 2, I believe.
What is the name of the crab in The Little Mermaid? Dan.
Sebastian.
12-5. Name the directorial debut for Ben Affleck. Clark? 1, 2.
Argo.
Incorrect.
Oh my God.
The answer was Gone Baby Gone. It is 12-4.
Boy.
Rufus is the time-traveling character.
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Incorrect. The answer we're looking for was played by which comedian? George Carlin. 12-3. If Dan Murrell gets the next question right, he will knock out Classy Clark Wolf. Name the film starring the following actors: Bruce Willis, Samuel L. Jackson.
Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Incorrect. The answer we're looking for was Unbreakable.
And Clark Wolf survives to go to the final round here.
It is 11-3. 11-3 right now, going into the final round.
I went for the knockout,
You went
Christian.
for the
you know,
knockout. I
hey,
know how that
it could come
goes.
back to haunt me.
All right, round 5, the last round. Mark, how does this round work?
Or some call the final round, Christian. You guys are each going to give us 3 numbers from 1 to 22. Each of those numbers correlate to a movie category right in front of us. Each question starts out worth 1 point, and then the next question is worth 3. The last question, if we make it that far, is worth 5 points. You will not know the category that you selected until you get the question asked.
Correct. All right, Dan Murrell, you are in the lead. So please pick 3 numbers.
1, 8, and 16.
Classy Clark Wolf, please, your 3 numbers.
4, 12, and 19.
Clark Wolf, you will be going first, and your 1 point category is one of Dan's favorites, Steven Spielberg movies. And your question for 1 point is, in Jurassic Park: The Lost World, Jeff Goldblum's Dr. Ian Malcolm is joined on the adventure by Dr. Sarah Harding, played by whom?
Julianne Moore.
Give
Correct.
Clark Wolf a point.
All right, Clark coming back there. This will also be Clark's 3.
Okay, Clark, we're going to continue with you, and if you don't get this question right, the match is over. The category, another one of Dan's favorite, Famous actors. These are actors who have achieved a level of fame. Who played Lee Harvey Oswald in Oliver Stone's JFK?
I'm gonna take a guess. I don't know the answer. Anthony Hopkins.
And your winner, and still movie trivia Schmodown champion of the world, Dangerous Dan Murrell. Dangerous Dan does it. Dan, have to put you on the spot.
Yeah.
Right away, you are the champion.
Yeah.
The movie trivia, the Ultimate Schmodown Championship starts next week.
Yeah.
You will play in the tournament if you decide to. If not, you can wait until December to defend your title. What is your choice?
I feel like I've been doing a lot of title matches. I love fighting for this belt, but I think that a championship should be an event, and the best way to hype an event is to get the best possible person playing for that belt. I want to see whoever comes up through the ranks, and I want to kick their butt.
There you go. So Dangerous Dan is going to wait. He will be playing in the Schmodown Spectacular in December. Clark Wolf now will be playing in the tournament. She's the number 2 seat. There you go. Now, John Roca is going to be talking to both Dan Murrell and Clark Wolf. Let's throw it to John.
All right, welcome, Collider fans. We are here with the champion after he defeated Clark Wolf. What a dominant performance from Dangerous Dan Murrell. It was amazing to watch. Dan, what happened today? How amazing was this win for you?
It felt incredible. To be honest, I came in not knowing what the outcome was going to be. You know, the one thing that I found in watching the Schmodown and everyone on Twitter, I know that Classy Clark Wolf is the crowd favorite. I know she's the audience favorite, and probably the favorite to win this match. I know that she decimated some great competition, so I knew it was going to be a tough competition, and it was.
She really was. She came in, she had beat a bunch of people, she had lined her shot up, she'd earned her shot. Shooting star of the tournament came in up against you. You're now 4-0. You're a beast here. You've run through just about everyone Collider can throw at you except me. And it's amazing to see what you can do. What do you think the turning point in the match was for you here?
I think that, as always, it's the Wheel of Fortune. Not the actual Wheel of Fortune, but the Collider Wheel of Fortune. I took a risk. When I hit sports, I was a little worried. That's not my strength. I don't know why. I think it's just because Days of Thunder was plastered on every bus stop and in every video store when I was a kid. For some reason, Mellow Yellow popped in my head. I took the chance. If I'd missed that, it could have been a different story. But, as always, that wheel is it can make you or break you.
Yeah, I saw some people thinking it was Mountain Dew, but you nailed it with Mellow Yellow. You took the chance there. You did not go multiple choice. That really signifies the kind of champion you are. You put your balls on the line in certain moments, really step up, and you play this game well. You go and through these 5 rounds, it's a difficult thing to do. Who do you want to see now? You've heard Christian and Mark. They told you who was going to be coming up here in the tournament, including me. Who do you want to see in the final match?
Well, I'd like to see someone I could beat. But that's one of the reasons I wanted to wait until the end of this tournament, because I love, even more than being a champion, I love a great competition and I love a great game. And I've seen past Schmodowns, the team tournament, of course, the individual tournament, and I know that whoever comes out of that melee is always a worthy opponent. So I can't wait to see whoever those gears don't grind up, and whoever comes out of the other end of that, because that is going to be a title match for the ages.
That's a great political answer, Dan, but I got to put you on the spot here. By you not deciding to defend your title in every round, you've allowed Andy Signor to step in, take a slot in the tournament, and now you could possibly face him in the final. How do you feel about that?
Andy and I are fellow screen junkies, but as anyone who's fought me on movie fights will attest, when a championship is on the line, friendship doesn't mean anything, coworkers don't mean anything. If you're my boss, that doesn't mean anything. When a championship's on the line, I'm going to bring it. So I don't care if it's Andy Signor, I don't care if it's you, I don't care if it's Ellis or Harloff or Mance. When the championship's on the line, I come to play.
You don't care if it's me. Whoa, if Dan, and I'll listen, no offense, but if I were you and I'd had the title, I'd have stayed a fighting champion, I'd have fought through the rounds. I don't know, but that's just me. That's just me. But I know you had to choose what you had to choose. Maybe you're exhausted and tired from answering all the questions. But listen, Dan.
Carrying this belt around is pretty heavy, so it's a hard work. You got to rest up sometimes.
Damn it, I hate you. Dan, thanks so much for talking to us here afterwards. You did an amazing match. Collider fans, this is the guy to beat, and I am certainly getting ready to take him on, hopefully, at the end of the tournament. All right, Collider fans, here we are with classy Clark Wolf. Came up a little bit short today, but you fought like hell. You got to that last round. And what do you think? How do you feel about the match today?
You know, I got my clock cleaned. I did not do well today.
You made it all the way to the 5th round.
No, that was bad. But here's the thing. The one thing there's a lot of firsts for me in this match. I've played first in every first round. I've never had to pick the questions. I've never done the buzzer before. So, when I picked the round 2 or the Section 2 questions, I knew every single one of Dan Murrell's round 1 questions. That would have put me 6 points up, and I did not know a lot of the other batch. So that's kind of one of those things where how could you know? You couldn't know. But I think it frustrates you and it frazzles you when you know that you could have dominated if you had just picked a little differently.
Going into the second round, though, you did go with romance. Did you have a hesitation? Did you spin again, or was that something you really wanted to go with?
Well, this is another first. I've always spun again. Always taken the second spin, and didn't do it this time. I was trying to play it safe, I think. Not that I'm a romance aficionado, clearly, but I didn't see My Beloved Horror on the wheel. I did not see Sandra Bullock movies on the wheel, and so I thought, well, what am I really spinning again for? It's not necessary, and in hindsight, sure, if it had been 90s movies or Will Smith movies, I probably could have done pretty well in those categories. But if I had come up in something like crime or release dates, I don't know how well I would have done.
What do you think about Dan as a champion, as a competitor here?
Oh, Dan has all the belts for a reason. I mean, Dan's very, very good at the games. He's good at this game. He had a great round today, and he absolutely deserves that belt. And I would have really loved to have brought it home. As I said, I would have really liked to have that belt myself and rock it until December. But, it just wasn't in the cards. But Dan is very well deserving. He is a great opponent. He knows a lot about a lot of things, and he plays this game really well. So my hat is off to Mr. Murrell. No joke intended.
Hello. Oh, that's a shot, I think. That is a shot.
No, it
was like a shot.
It wasn't, of course.
All right, you're going into the Ultimate Schmodown tournament now, and you're facing Josh Macuga in a rematch. What are your feelings? What are your thoughts walking into this? Macuga is kind of a Tasmanian devil as a competitor. I know. I had to face him. It was a 1-point victory. The guy never quits and always finds a way to come back. What do you feel going into facing?
Yeah, I mean, Macuga, got as far as he did for a reason. And, once again, I had a good match when I played Josh. I don't think he would deny that. I don't think I would deny that. And so if I feel like a little bit of pressure, if I don't have as good a match, was it luck? Will the fans still think I know my shit? I don't know. So, but Josh knows a lot of things about a lot of different categories, and once again, it wasn't easy to face him in the first place. And so, to be completely honest, I don't look forward to facing him again.
Okay. What do you want to say to the fans ending this interview here now?
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you so much, Schmoville. This has been so fun. And as you know, this has been something that I had wanted to do and participate in since the very beginning. And the fact that I made it to the belt is kind of amazing. And I really, really appreciate all of you guys who've been cheering me on, believing in me. I'm sorry I let you down this time, but hopefully I'll be able to bring it back in December.
She is, as always, classy Clark Wolf here, ending things. Back to you, Christian and Mark.
Well, there you hear it. Dan Murrell relieved to retain his belt, and Clark Wolf getting ever so close, but she might not have to wait that long for another shot at the belt because the Ultimate Schmodown tournament is right around the corner next week.
So there you go. There is the graphic for the tournament. You will see the rematch happen in the tournament between Clark Wolf and Josh Macuga. Ooh. So very exciting stuff. Listen, big match. Dan has shown the guy is a dominant champion. Clark, I think, got a little flustered a few times. Maybe the romance threw her off. Dan, cool and collected, and earns the nickname Dangerous.
You can't fall in love in this game, Christian, and Clark Wolf selecting romance. Dan Murrell, on the other hand, deciding not to go with movie release dates, pushing his luck with sports. He rode the devil's backbone all the way to victory.
All right, so here it comes. The tournament is coming next week. The bracket. You will see that in just a moment. Make sure that you guys put your comments in there. Who is going to be facing Dangerous Dan Murrell in December? Will it be Mark Ellis? Will it be myself? Will it be John Roca, Clark Wolf, Sam Levine, Mark Riley? There are a lot of people in this tournament. Who do you think will be facing Dangerous Dan next?
Or will it be Mark Ellis?
I said that already.
Or will it be me?
Bye.
Who knows? Comment right now. That's Christian Harloff. My name is Mark Ellis. Subscribe right here at Collider Video, and we will see you guys for the Ultimate Schmoedown Tournament.
Hey guys, if you like this video, click the thumbs up button. Also, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. It'll help you stay up to date with everything we've got going on here at Collider.